guys? Today I wanted to talk about AI art. This has been a very popular subject recently and a very controversial one, and I just wanted to give my opinion on it. Now, one of the first things that I wanted to say is that AI art and AI in general, it's inevitable. It was always going to happen, and it's happening now, and it doesn't matter how many artists and people in general say no to it, it's still gonna happen, it's still gonna be there. And that's how technology works. A new technology appears and it just changes everything, and people fear change, and I fear change too. I also don't like the idea that I might not be able to provide for myself with art, because that's kind of the field I'm going to right now, and it's scary, obviously. But this is new technology, same that happened with the calculator. People, when the calculator first was invented, people feared that humans are going to go stupid and not know how to do multiplication. Guess what? We still know how to do multiplication. Why? Because we still teach it at schools. That's why calculators are not allowed to like ninth grade. So that's the main point. AI art, it's inevitable, and AI as a technology is inevitable. And if we think about it, humans are also an artificial kind of intelligence. I mean, we're just a bunch of neurons that figured out how to do something. It's not like we're much different. The way AI works, at least from how I understand, it's a neural network. How neural networks work is very similar to how human brains work. So you can go research that on your own. I'm not a computer scientist. Anyway, and my second point is that AI art, it's convenient, and people love convenience. Okay, if people just look, say you're a guy, and you want a custom mug, custom mug with an image of, for example, your family, or a mountainside, whatever. You could either go on Fiverr and commission, I don't know, like a drawing or an image or whatever, and pay money for that. And that will take time, and if the provider is not good, you will need to request a revision, and if the revision doesn't go through, or can't get it right, you will need to go to another place, and basically that's going to take like a week, and at the end of it, you're gonna get your mug. With AI art and AI technology in general, all you need to do is go to an AI image generator, upload an image or request an image, and boom, there you have it, a high quality AI image. Maybe you will need to pay a few bucks, but ChatGPT has a free trial, and you get your image and you put it on a mug and you buy it, or on a poster or whatever. Point is, AI art is more convenient, and like it or not, people, especially people who are not artists, love convenience. They love to quickly get a photo, and that's a good thing. AI art allows us to have more content in the world. So, for example, these Studio Ghibli images that are now very popular. This is literally just a bunch of new cool images, which are like, you can take an image of your family, upload it to this AI thing, and now you have a cool Studio Ghibli version of it, and it looks good, okay? Let's be honest, it's not slop, because it looks good. That's why people like it. You can call it whatever you want, but it still looks good. So now any Joe Schmo can upload any image and have it be a Studio Ghibli themed image and look very nice. And, that's just a very cool thing to have. It's in your gallery, and later you look at it and you feel something, it's not completely empty. And without AI, none of that's possible. The best you could do is hire an artist to recreate it. Again, that costs a lot of money and time and effort. But this way, there's just more. You can upload a cool image of yourself and get a cool image back, and that's not a bad thing. It doesn't replace human art. It just kind of adds to the world, you know. There's just more of it. And that's kind of also what I want to emphasize in my next point is that AI art doesn't replace human art. You know, AI art, sure, it's convenient, it's a cool image generator, but it doesn't replace human art. Okay, uh, nobody is gonna be putting AI art in a museum. Okay, AI art is not gonna be in the Louvre. I mispronounced that, but you know, sorry. Anyway, it's not gonna be, and I'm just trying to be objective here. AI art is convenient. It's gonna make for a great mug. Okay, you're gonna maybe for a cool poster for you know, maybe some music event. You can get a cool local for a local event. You know, not a big event. Quick quality image, but it's not gonna replace human art, and it does not prevent humans from making art. Now, once we go into the more business side of things and money things, that's where the real argument lies. The real argument with AI art and why it shouldn't, you know, exist, or why it's bad, is that it steals money from real artists, and that's true, and that's that's a strong argument, and I agree. That's the most pressing concern with AI art is that it will steal money from real artists, and I will not defend that. That's just the truth. But that's just one argument, okay? And you know, that's also my next point is that this is uncharted territory. AI art and technology in general. Whenever a new technology appears, especially a revolutionary one, it changes the world. And change is scary by the definition. When computers appeared, everybody, you know, feared them, and then, you know, many people didn't understand them. When the internal combustion engine appeared, most people were like, "No, hell no, we like horses." Um, that's just how humans are. Whenever a new technology appears, especially if the best example is nuclear technology. Nuclear technology is the best comparison I can make to AI art. When you have like nuclear technology, it can be used for really bad things. You know, you can destroy cities and you know, just cause major destruction. But on the other side of that, you have nuclear reactors, which sure some have exploded, but that was literally in the 60s and due to like human error. But modern nuclear reactors are very safe. They're much safer than coal plants. I'm not going to go into that right now because that's a whole nother subject. But in general, it's the exact same comparison. AI art can be used for, you know, mass destruction. It can create many problems, but it also solves problems. And it's a great tool. Okay, that's the best way to look at AI art and AI generators. They are tools. Okay, instead of having to create a big drawing and spend hours on it for a poster. I'm just using posters because that's the best example. Now, a graphic designer could quickly generate an image that's going to be just as good or even better, and create the same like quality of piece, you know, of poster. And another thing is personal choice. You don't have to use AI art. You know, I think in the future many people will value human art or human created art so much that it will be in higher demand because it's human. It's not AI, because everything will be AI, and human art, it will be like gold. You know, that's just one of the things in the uncharted territories that we don't know what's going to happen. Okay, things just happen unpredictably. And I think we also need to be objective about this issue because I think many artists on Twitter or X, whatever, or on YouTube, when they give their take on art and AI art, their opinions are very subjective because they are artists and um uh, their livelihood depends on it, and that's why their opinions are like very strong about this. And I'm not gonna go and talk more about this because I don't make money from art, so I can't really talk about that kind of thing. But yeah, another thing I kind of wanted to mention is science fiction. Now, there's in Star Trek, there's this guy, Data, this character, and he's a robot. And obviously, many people in the show perceive him as a robot. But he takes a painting and he creates, he creates some pretty cool pieces. That's one of the main things in the show is that he paints and tries to become more human. But my point is that maybe AI will, achieve some sort of consciousness or some sort of, transcendence from a computer to some sort of life. And in the future, maybe there will be two separate. It will not be AI art and human art. It will just be art. Because if you think about it, humans are also computers, or just biological computers instead of computer circuits. We just kind of, it's just these are the hardest topics in the world in philosophy. So what I'm saying, it's a bit unstructured, but that's because it's really difficult to explain and talk about. And many people will call me crazy for even suggesting that an AI could become sentient or gain some sort of I don't know, individuality or consciousness or whatever. That's a really crazy thing to say. But somebody has to say it, Somebody had to do it, Yeah. So, in conclusion, I don't think AI art is a bad thing. I don't think AI technology is a bad thing in general. I don't think that AI will destroy humanity. One of the most used arguments is that AI will make people dumber. I don't think that's the case. Because now, students, for example, literally have a professor that has a PhD in all of the sciences in their pocket. Okay? They can literally just open ChatGPT. For example, they were sitting in class and they were learning trigonometric functions and they didn't understand a single thing. Fine, they go home and okay, fine, they have homework, they do the homework with AI, fine. But say the student wants to actually understand the subject for the test, so they have to stress about cheating, because cheating is stressful. If you get caught, boom, you fail. So they go on ChatGPT and they ask ChatGPT, explain this subject to me. And ChatGPT explains and they still don't understand. And after an hour of talking with ChatGPT, the student finally understands the subject. See, that's one of the ways of thinking about AI that's not destructive. Another example is calculators. In the old times, when digital calculators first became a thing, people were like, "Oh no, this is gonna degrade humanity and make us dumber and whatever." No, calculators just allowed us to do more. Calculators allowed us to make solve harder problems and do them quicker. It didn't make humanity dumber. It advanced humanity. So I think that AI in general, it's not a bad thing. I think that many arguments against AI art hold true ground, and many of them are real. But I think that it's just like any problem with in the world. I think that AI is like the computer. It's like the internet, and sure, it's scary, but I think that it's not a bad thing. We shouldn't be like, oh no, AI art is such a bad thing. I think we should embrace it, accept it, not try and fight it, because fighting it is fruitless. It's still there. Look, people started complaining about AI art literally like 3 years ago. People were complaining about AI art. One of my favorite artists on YouTube made a video against AI art. And guess what? 3 years later, nothing has changed. AI art is still advancing. Why? Because we live in a democracy, at least most people do. So, in a capitalist democracy. So, they don't have to listen to other people. They can still do their thing. Companies can still advance AI art and AI technology. So, complaining about it's not going to do anything. So yeah, in conclusion, I don't think AI art is bad or immoral. I think that there are strong arguments against it, and we just don't know what's going to happen. But you just have to look at it as technology. It's a tool. It's not, it's just a tool that's going to allow humans to do more. Now my grandma can open up ChatGPT and create a cool image she thought of. She doesn't need to learn how to, draw or, God forbid, use her arthritis-infected hand to try to make something. No, she can simply go on ChatGPT, ask ChatGPT, okay, here's an image of our family, please transform it. Boom, she has a cool image, she prints it out, puts it on a birthday card, and now she can gift a much better looking birthday card that is still thoughtful. It's just made with AI. It doesn't make it immoral. It doesn't make it bad. So I think people just need to kind of stop being so afraid of AI art. And by the way, I'm an artist. Okay, I draw regularly. I literally go to an art school. So this is not coming from one of those, okay, let's go do drop shipping, those Andrew Tate fans. No, this is coming from somebody, from an artist. So I'm just trying to, this is just my opinion. You don't have to agree with it. I have to accept it, but I hope that I said something that at least was thought-provoking, and my main goal is to change somebody's perspective, because I think that objectively you just can't fear technology. We just have to approach it cautiously and logically, and and eventually it's gonna be all right, really. So yeah. Thank you for watching this video. If you stayed this long, I mean, huge congrats, because my rambling, I can't even listen to myself. But yeah, if you disagreed, let me know on what. If I missed something, basically comment. If you can, comment, give me your opinion, because I read all of the comments, and I really appreciate when people reach out and they share their opinions. Because that's how how I also improve my opinions, is I talk with people about these things and I gain insight. So yeah, thank you for listening to this 18-20 minute ramble about this very controversial subject, and no doubt I will get hate for this, but yeah. Hope you enjoyed my Minecraft world as well, if you have any thoughts on it, then, leave it in the comment section. So, yeah. Peace.